So, for long-time viewers of my channel, you guys all know that I absolutely love the heavy machine gun, and it's actually my most popular video. As of right now, over 21,000 views. But a lot has changed since that video. The pummeler got nerfed, and the HMG got buffed. So we're going to look at it again and see the most optimized way to use my baby, my sweet baby Jesus, the heavy machine gun. Let's get into it, Helldivers. So the primary weapon we're going to be using today will be the Reprimand. It's still an SMG. It runs more like an assault rifle, I would say, but that medium penetration plus how much damage it does is freaking fantastic. I love it. An alternate weapon that you could use with it is the Adjudicator, which I now know how to pronounce. The Adjudicator is a good alternate with a little bit more range and a couple more bullets in the magazine. It's just up to preference. I personally take the Reprimand. Our secondary is going to be the GOAT, the grenade pistol. It's hard not to bring it. Now, the Senator I think is also a good choice, but all in all, the grenade pistol is my favorite sidearm. It has so much utility. It's useful in almost every situation you could possibly need it for. I take it against the bugs, the Illuminate, and the bots. It's just that good. Our grenade we're going to be taking is the Thermite grenade. It can kill cannon turrets, which might be an issue for you with this build. It can also kill hulks if you need to possibly run away and you can't reload, or you don't even have your HMG with you. It can also blow up the tanks. Thermite has been buffed like a beast, dude. I love the Thermite grenade now. A good alternate that you could bring is the stun grenade. I still think it's one of the best grenades out there, the stun. A good strategy that you could use with it is you throw the stun grenade at a Hulk's feet and then you shoot it in the eye. Sometimes it's kind of hard to line up that shot with the HMG, so pick your poison, see what works better for you, but I personally like bringing the Thermite. And for our armor, I personally like to take the Cinder Block armor with the Siege Ready armor passive. Now you can take the other heavy armor or the light armor with the Siege Ready passive. Really, I just like having it because it gives us more ammo for the Reprimand. It increases the reload speed for the Reprimand and the HMG and the grenade pistol, which the Reprimand and the HMG both have very long reload times. So being able to have that quicker reload and an extra mag in the HMG, and I think 2 extra for the Reprimand. Someone in the comments fact check me on that. The Siege Ray passive is just great. The reason I take the Cinder Block armor is because it looks freaking awesome. I love it. Now, for the first stratagem we're going to be taking with us in this loadout is going to be, of course, what it's all named after, the heavy machine gun. This has been one of my favorite support weapons in the game since it's been released. Even before the buff, I loved this thing. The biggest issue with it is it does have a lot of kick, which I will get into later, but that will be the first weapon that we're going to be taking in our stratagem loadout. The second stratagem we're going to be taking is the 380 Orbital Barrage. I think this stratagem is severely underrated. I really do. I don't think people like it because they've been killed by it too many times. I know I used to hate it until I learned how to use it, which I will also get into. A good backup, if you really are that passionate about hating the 380 like I used to be, could be the laser, but I also hate the laser too. It's a little bit more precise, but it kind of does the same job as the 380, but you only get 3 uses. The 380, you can throw that whenever you want, and I love it. The second stratagem we're going to be bringing with us is the 500 kg bomb, easily the best red stratagem in the game. It used to be the Eagle Airstrike, which is a good alternate if you don't have the 500 kg, or if you don't like using the 500 kg. But easily the best stratagem. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's iconic, it's cinematic, and can take down a light or medium outpost against the bots. It is just freaking awesome. The best stratagem in the game, by far. Now the third stratagem we're going to be taking is the supply pack to ensure that we never, ever, ever run out of any ammo at all. Now there are other alternates because we do have the Siege Ready passive. You don't need to bring the supply pack. I just like to know that I have ammo at all times. But you could bring the shield generator if you feel like you're dying too many times, or the jump pack, which since the buff to the jump pack, it's honestly probably my most favorite backpack slot. But the supply pack is just so useful, you know, and it also gives into that heavy gunner kind of feel, like just that you are totally stockpiled on ammo. I just think it just makes it so easy. Try it out. If you don't like it, or you feel like you're dying too much, or you feel like you're too slow in the heavy armor, You could swap it out for the other backpacks, but me personally, I like to make sure I have enough bullets to sling downrange. Now that's our loadout. So real quick, I'm going to tell you guys a couple things. So with the reprimand, crouching with this gun is super important. It kicks a lot. If that kick does seem to be a little bit too much for you, you could put on the fortified armor passive or the engineering kit passive to give you a little bit more recoil reduction. So it's a little easier to aim. But if you just crouch and you don't move, this thing is like got laser accuracy. It'll pop. Like it does have recoil even when you're crouching. But sometimes that recoil, it'll put the bullet right where it needs to be. I don't know how it works, but it does.
All of this just works.
I think it's one of the better primary weapons to bring against the bots in general. But with this loadout, it does perfectly fine. It can kill just about anything besides a hole. It can tank. And with that smaller mag, it works really well with the HMG because you could just bring that thing out and finish whatever you were shooting at if you need to reload or you couldn't hit your shot. Now, the HMG, same sort of deal. It's got a ton of kick. You shoot 2 bullets standing up, you're looking at the sky. You know, you would have thought that you were shooting at a gunship, but no, you were actually just shooting at a hole that's right in front of you. So, crouch with the gun. Try not to move as best you can. And what I've also found is that if you can lay prone, there's like almost no recoil with every weapon if you lay prone. Sometimes when I see a Hulk coming at me that's very far away, I'll dive prone, and then I'm just on their eyeball the entire time. They can't stop me. Also, if you're trying to kill a gunship with this thing, aim for the little engines. It's pretty difficult to hit, so don't get too overconfident. It is very difficult to hit. I still struggle with it, but I've also felt like kind of a badass if I can take one down with an HMG. So give it a shot. You'll get the hang of it the more you use it. Now, tips for the 500 kg. Something we gotta talk about this. It can, like I said earlier, it can literally take out any light or medium automaton base if you put it in the right spot. It can also take down any enemy. Any enemy in the game it can kill. If you have all the ship upgrades like I do, it can also have a really fast cooldown. You get 2 drops per each cooldown. It's pretty nice. It can even take out objectives. In case you didn't know, it can take out detector towers. I couldn't believe it when it worked. I heard someone tell me that, and then it worked. I couldn't believe it. I was mind blown. So the 500 kg, absolutely fantastic. I recommend everyone use it. And you just got to learn the right placements for it. You can take down the dropships on the dropship mission. You can take down the command bunkers. And you can take down a detector tower. Easily the best. Now for the 380, I feel like most people struggle with this stratagem the most. They just don't know when to use it. I also feel like they don't realize the range. From what I've found, if you're about 50 meters away from any which way looking at the 380, if you're about 50 meters away, you're probably good. Try to get a little further, but if you're 50 meters, you're fine, dude. You're fine, brother. Also, when I really kind of only use it when I either see that there's a lot of dropships dropping a lot of bad guys, or I see a heavy base or like a fortress. Because sometimes that 380 will clear the whole heavy fortress, and then you can just walk away like you were never there. Like they're just chilling there eating their fucking robot sandwiches, and then next thing you know, they get warheads on foreheads, dude. It's a bad day for them. So for the 380, try and get it in the centermost point of the automaton bases, and it'll generally clear out almost every fabricator. If not, there'll be one in there, which you can use the thermite grenade to finish off, or your grenade pistol. So that's the heavy gunner loadout updated. It was my first video I ever did for Helldivers, and it's definitely done the best, so I figured come back and doing it again, showing kind of the loadout I run with it now. Because I don't see a whole lot of people using the HMG, and I still think it's one of the better support weapons in the game. So please, feel free to give it a try. I also want to come out and say I'm sorry that I haven't posted in a long time. Space Marine 2 came out and I just fell off the face of the earth. I stopped streaming, stopped making videos. I am sorry for that. Without further ado, if you guys have any loadouts you would like to see in future videos, please put them down in the comments. I love taking suggestions. And also there's going to be more content than just loadouts. I'm planning on doing a couple tier lists and a couple other different types of videos that I've never really done with Helldivers. So hopefully you guys like all that. Just stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you don't miss another video. And please, if you like something you saw, go down there, leave a comment. If you saw something you didn't like, go down there, leave a comment. I love all types of criticism. But without further ado, this is Mr. Clutch Cookie, signing out. Bye, guys.